Testing. 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 Hello everyone, my name's Ethonra, and welcome back, finally, to Destiny 2, The Witch Queen. So, I'll try to keep this as brief as I possibly can. I have not been feeling well, at all, for months. So much so, in fact, I actually plan to make part 3 a week after making part 2. So that should tell you already how long I've been out of it. I'm not going to get into why, because ultimately it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect you, just me. But I'll try to keep that attitude out of it. I didn't come back to be a downer, you know. I came here to finish what I started. So, let's just jump into it. One of the things I've done differently is, in case the ship didn't give it away, I remade my Warlock. Interesting story about the Warlock. I can't remember if I've ever shared it or not, but I'm almost certain I have, but for the sake of conversation, I'll do it again. Way back before I personally even knew what Destiny was called, I remember seeing the trailer. Like, it didn't even say Destiny. It was just the Destiny logo, so I didn't even know what game it was. I remember seeing the character in the hood. I was like, that character looks cool. That's who I want to play as. Alright, fast forward to I pre-ordered Destiny, so I've been here for a bit, and the first character I picked was actually a Warlock, because I didn't know that game and the one I was currently playing were one and the same until a little bit later, so I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, I just needed kind of a break from my hunter, because another reason why it took me so long to get back, aside from health, physical and mental and emotional, is I was just really burned out from my hunter, you know, using like the same stuff, same kit, and I do virtually everything with my hunter. I've beaten the story, I cannot tell you how many times with my hunter. Even but that part 2 I made, I was hanging out with a friend and I played the story with them, but then that overrode my progress, so we ended up missing a cutscene that I couldn't show you all, so I had to make my hunter yet again. So, and then, you know, like I said, it just got burned out, so I wanted to bring my Warlock. So, you'll have to bear with me for being bad with my Warlock jumps, because, well, I'll get into it when we're actually playing, but one last thing I want to show you and then we'll start. I told people very close to me that I was able to bring Pokemon into Destiny. You want to guess how I did that? Well, close your eyes and open them. This is how. Now tell me that does not look like a Pokeball. Especially from up here. Yeah. So, let's hop into the story, and we will absolutely finish it this time. I can promise you that. As long as, that's another thing that kind of delayed me, that it's been storming. I'm not trying to make excuses, by the way. I'm telling you legitimately what happened. It's been storming. Almost any day I felt like streaming, something happened. Whether I had an episode, or the power didn't want to act right, or I was lagging my butt off. It's just, something was always happening. But everything seems to be okay right now. So, striking while the iron is hot. Also, I've mentioned in the streams before how I'm like one of the, 2 people besides Lord Saladin who actually respects Zavala. This ship actually gives some insight into him that he himself never talks about. You don't have to read it yourself. Pause it if you care enough, you know, when this actually goes up. But kind of sad, actually. And it's funny I bring that up because I'm not trying to change how you think about him, considering what's about to happen.
Why would you keep this from me? If I had known I didn't keep anything from you, Zavala. Not intentionally. I couldn't fill you in on every minute detail.
When it comes to Savathun, no detail is too small. You know that better than anyone.
Which is why I made some judgment calls without you. As you do without me.
Not on a matter like this. Guardian. We can discuss this more later. My point, Ikora, is that we are meant to be a team. You can't rely on your instincts alone.
Perhaps I can't rely on them at all. The way this investigation is going. It's clear my judgment has been compromised. I should step back. Let you and Eris handle this. As a team.
Ikora's instincts are the only reason we've come so close to the truth. This new lead puts it firmly within our grasp.
All right, then. You and the Guardian follow up. Keep me posted.
A trusted source has informed us of new evidence. A memento from Savathun's last known location before her conversion to the light. It's kept deep within her fortress, a difficult place to reach. But we have no other options. Go there and I'll be in touch.
Right, so I'm hoping the stream looks okay when people go back to watch it, because I'm looking at it on my tablet right now, and it's incredibly blurry, and I cannot raise the resolution, so hopefully that doesn't transfer over to you all. It's just another burden I gotta bear. Finch wants to talk to me real bad, but I actually can't because I have to finish the story first. I guess I could show you so you can better understand what I'm trying to say. But clearly, I'm guessing the things he wants to give to me are like armor, engrams. Well, not engrams, I can get those off of him, but like armor, objectives or whatever. But I can't until the story is finished. So I have the progress necessary, but he can't give me anything. So I think that's kind of funny.
Come here. Let's put our heads together. Connect some dots. Yeah?
Yeah, you saw on the little thing it was pulsing, meaning he wants to give me something. But so far all that's here is this. And I guarantee you this is it. See? So with that out of the way, I accidentally did use one of these. I can't remember where I found it. But got more now. So that's nice. I didn't know there was this many. There we go. Still cute. I guess it's also worth sharing this as well. I don't know if it's because my warlock or something weird going on with the first mission, but I did the first half of the mission. Actually, no, I guess that is right. Never mind, man. So yeah, you can come back later and do legendary and get the double chest. It's just the way I did it made it weird, so it was a little confusing for me. So yeah, I'll definitely do that in my spare time. Not waste any of y'all's time.
Eris, we're in position. Where are we headed?
Your destination lies deep within the fortress, Guardian, in the apothecary wing. There you should find a particular shard of crystal. Before her lucent transformation, Savathun was in the custody of the Awoken, securely bound within a crystalline cell. Or so it seemed.
So this crystal is a piece of her former prison, which means it was likely on her when she stole the light.
Yes. My source believes the events leading to her escape are intrinsically linked to the mystery before us now. This crystal could very well be the clue we've been looking for.
Helpful. But it feels weird not seeing you with a hand cannon for once, huh?
That must be the apothecary wing. All the way over there.
Yes. Savathun's halls are just as winding and deceitful as her mind. To move forward, you must seek out the more aberrant paths.
Eris, what's the situation?
The Guardian is en route to the object in question now, Commander.
Good. You are sure this will get us the answers we need? We can't afford another dead end.
The Queen of the Reef does not share information lightly.
Mara Sol gave you the tip? You didn't mention that before.
I did, in fact, mention it. To Ikora, moments before you interrupted us. She agreed there was no more reliable source on this matter than Savathun's former captor.
I trust Mara, but she plays her cards too close to her chest. If she had shared this earlier, we wouldn't be so desperate now.
To win against the hive god of cunning and lies, it's best not to show one's hand too early.
I bet this hive sword will be just as useful as the last one. Now we need to find a lock to smash open.
The Witch Queen may have recast her realm in a lucent sheen, but remnants of dark architecture still lurk underneath.
And the Guardian's new ability reveals these hidden remnants. Yes, Ikora explained. Why can't we use the light to achieve the same result?
The light may be a powerful force, but when dealing in illusions, it has proven insufficient. It is the mind that must bend to see the truths hidden here. Thus, only darkness can show the way.
My only fear is where that way will lead us in the end.
Yeah. I already gave my thoughts about that, but guess it wouldn't hurt to go over it again, especially once we get there.
Alright, Guardian, let's focus. To find the way forward, we need a sword and something to smash with it.
Oh, right. I should be giving updates. When I was doing the hard mode for the first time, as my hunter healed, this part also wasn't that bad. The next part kinda was, but not this part. And yeah, there's a good look at the Pokeball ghost anyway. And I chose to give it to my Warlock because they essentially throw the thing like a Pokeball anyway. Oh, the one thing I forgot to talk about my Warlock, I'll do it after I clear this room. That works too. I was ready for grenade then. So, as I mentioned earlier, I've been here since pre-Destiny 1. I pre-ordered the thing. Never, and I do mean never, have I ever had max discipline. Usually it's intelligence, resilience, mobility. Recently it's been recovery. It's never been strength and it never will be strength. But it's the first time I've ever had max discipline, and it feels very nice. I see why people like to go for it. And again, it just feels so...
You've done well honing the gift granted to you by the Black Fleet, Guardian. Do you see now, Commander, why Ikora chose as she did? For all her doubts, she knew only darkness, channeled by a strong mind, could bring us this far.
I understand. My issue isn't with the call Ikora made, but the fact that she made it on her own. We know how Savathun operates. She singles people out for a reason. There's no need to make her job any easier. And Eris, I think you know better than anyone that darkness is not a path to be forged alone.
She wasn't alone. No, I take your point.
Yeah, as I was saying, it feels so right for a warlock to have max discipline. Especially the way they have like the most unique grenade throwing animation. Like they're casting a spell, which they kind of are, since all the classes do it, but the warlocks especially play into it, generating their own grenades. So yeah, this area here did give me trouble as a hunter. I don't remember dying here, but I do remember it took me a while to kill the enemies because of the warlock, not warlock, the wizard specialist. Speak of the devil. I said it once, I'll say it again. They are still the most annoying enemies in the entire game. Nothing will change my mind about that. By the way, one of those little moths that I found were in this area. I think it's going to be way over there, but I don't remember where exactly it is. But it is in this area. Normally I wouldn't do that, but I had to. Because if I take too long, another sword knight will spawn in. The little sword noise kind of makes me think of a lightsaber, which is appropriate, since Jedi and Sith are one of the inspirations for Warlock. Bet you can kind of see why this area would be a handful solo on Legendary as a hunter. See how much aggro that wizard has on me from way over here. Man, I hate them. That was probably a bit overkill, but it's a wizard, so I don't care. Perfect. Yep, I remember this.
This is definitely the apothecary wing. Somehow, it feels even creepier in here.
Naturally. You're trespassing on the testing grounds for the Lucent Hive's most wretched experiments.
Yeah, she says that, but I'm hesitant to even call it a spoiler alert because I'm so late getting back in here. Hardly anything happens, like, considering Ghost considers this creepy, which I kind of disagree with, honestly. Like, some of Savathun's regular architecture is more creepy than this, so there's that. But then they go on to say that this is where, like, the most monstrous hive experiments go down or whatever. You don't really encounter anything different. Not that that's a surprise. Destiny is kind of in the habit of recycling enemies. So that's not really saying all that much. But I was kind of hoping for something different. Oh, and while we're on that topic, you've probably gotten a good look at it by now with the reloading and the Pokeball tosses. But these are my favorite gloves in the entire game. Not just Warlock, period. I love these gloves. They just look so good. I've been loving them ever since they first came out in, I want to say, Warmind is when they first showed up. So, yeah, not replacing them. Which kind of gives credence to what I was saying before about how I wish they'd allowed you to make exotics look legendary, so you really could wear whatever you wanted. And then if you're like, hey, that person's moving like they got
Savathun
stompies.
likely appointed one of her High Council wizards to keep watch over this place. Find them. The crystal is sure to be nearby.
That person's moving around like they got stompies. Hey, how did that Warlock get their super back so fast? Why is it that Titan I kill, magically the words marked for vengeance appear on my screen, but they're not wearing the one-eyed mask? It's almost like it's because they just have an exotic on that looks like a legendary gear piece. So it's not even that big of a deal. It's not game breaking. I wish Bungie would do that. But whatever. Again, I'm the only one that cares, so they're definitely not going to do it just for me. So yeah, this area also was not that hard. I don't remember dying, and I don't remember it giving me any real trouble. Just, again, kind of disappointed, because I was expecting something new, and there wasn't.
signs of a crystal so far. Just rows and rows of jars filled with... Is that light? But it's tainted somehow.
Savathun has always encouraged her wizards to push boundaries of hive magic. It seems that hasn't changed with the light. Perhaps that corruption has far less to do with the power than the one channeling it.
Or the power has permanent side effects. Darkness transforms Savathun into kin from prey to predators.
Not darkness itself, but an entity behind it corrupted the hive. Conditioned their power on an endless blood tithe. Their fate is not inevitable.
I have no doubt that some can handle darkness with discipline. But those who can't, they're not the only ones to pay the price.
I love how Zavala is like the voice of reason in a lot of this. I know where they are, I was trying to get a sight line on them. There we go. My warlock has max discipline, the first ever of their kind, I might add. For me, obviously. Darkness shouldn't be that big of an issue, which is ironic because my warlock needs to go and get stasis again. This is not my first warlock. I told you, I was not joking when I say we make our characters all the time. But I would like for that trend to end, believe it or not.
This is an inverted realm. Explore any and all directions, especially those you least suspect.
Oh, right. I don't think I got to mention this, but thankfully I was wrong. These don't use raid banners. They work just like them, but they don't actually use them. I think last time I said that they do, or I wasn't sure, but it was just so happens that back then I was grinding Dares of Eternity and the Graph of Avarice, which do. So I think I was just getting them mixed up.
Looks like we're interrupting something. But where's the wizard overseeing all this?
She'll be here.
I think we just found the one in charge around here.
Good. Now go and beat the whereabouts of that crystal out of them.
The wizard just fled.
Follow them. They're closing ranks around the crystal.
Oh, that's another interesting thing I learned about the Lucian hive, is if you kill a hive right as one of these moths try to turn into a host, you actually kill the moth without it exploding or, you know, shielding the Lucian hive, which I think is Interesting. I don't think it's meant to be that way. I think it's kind of like a helpful glitch. But I don't question miracles, so... Yeah, turning a cursed thrall into a host. That was a smart idea, wasn't it? Something that is really born just to die. Yeah, go for it.
There's the Crystal Guardian. Time to finish this.
Indeed.
Devotion inspires bravery. Bravery inspires sacrifice. And sacrifice.
That was Savathun, all right. But what does that mean?
This is the evidence we've been seeking all along. Ikora's instincts were correct after all.
Indeed. But we don't have our answers yet. Go unlock the memory guardian. Then let's see if this cracks the case.
Would have kind of sucked if I got killed by those moths back there. That's what blew up. But my warlock has more resilience than my hunter did, so that helps a little bit. Oh, yeah, I might as well mention that too. So, I was going to say, I had proof of the very first time I beat this, the campaign, Legendary Hard Mode, Legendary all by myself, but I accidentally deleted it in addition to the, other Iron Banner video that I was debating on posting. Because like I said, I felt I did pretty good in that one, but I never got around to trimming it. So when I went into my Destiny stuff to delete like old screenshots and videos and all that stuff, I accidentally included them into it. You know, when it says select the videos to be deleted. For some reason, sometimes I get that mixed up thinking the ones you click on are the ones you keep. And that is not true whatsoever. So, yeah. That's okay. Next Iron Banner, I plan to bring my Warlock, see how I do there. Another thing I like about these gloves is, I mentioned it before, how like the hunters, especially the Titans, gloves can be kind of boring because they all look the same. But not these though. They got the cord, they got rings, which I think is unique, not just to Warlocks, but to these gloves specifically. I like it a lot. These are really good gloves. Oh, I guess it's also worth mentioning that you've probably seen by now, I've been playing a lot of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 more than I've ever played before. I've just been playing that while I recuperated. Obviously, I wasn't playing PvP, because then my condition would have undeniably gotten worse. But I do enjoy the PvE in that game. It's a shame, too, because I found this video. I found it a long time ago. I just forgot that I found it, and I never finished watching it. Where apparently there's this thing called the Legendary DLC, or Legend DLC or something. And it's pretty great. But the person doing it is also apparently a modder, which normally I would take issues with, but they kept it offline, so they're not hurting nobody, so ain't no problem with me. But it's a really good example of what Xenoverse 2 could have been. And it just hurts, man. It hurts. Yes, it hurts worse than getting a Warlock high five to the back of the head. This area right here is kind of making me miss my Aliens game. What was it called? Aliens Frontline? I can't remember, but it was fun. I liked it. Didn't really have anyone to play with because the matchmaking was kind of bad. Not terrible. It wasn't like Final Fantasy 15's Comrades. It was nowhere near as bad as the matchmaking in that game. But it's not as user-friendly as I would like for it to be. You'd be lucky if people stayed more than 2 games with you, let alone 1. One game with you, let alone 2. I said that backwards. Been doing that a lot lately. I'm gonna head back just to make sure I'm not getting lost. No, I think I'm going the right way. Yeah, get used to this, because in the final area, one of the final areas at least, Savathun's Cathedral, whatever it is, I'm going to get lost big time, because I've only done it once, and it was under the duress of being legendary solo. So, thankfully it won't be that bad this time, but, you know, buckle in. It's going to be a wild ride. I love that noise. I don't know how much of the outbreak perspective I talked about besides me getting shafted and my anger venting caused me to miss out on the catalyst. But I've always liked this one simply because aesthetically I like it a lot. I don't care for the little red particles that are constantly coming off of it, but everything else I think is great. The side is nice. I love the little static effect that comes on and off. It is essentially a laser beam, almost no recoil, and all those headshots you saw me getting, that was purely off of my own skill, how little that may be, and the gun itself. No targeting whatsoever. It's a great gun. And it has AoE properties, thanks to the Siva nano. When I was doing the Iron Banner, before I even dreamed of saving recordings for it, whenever I was like, okay, I'm tired of getting bullied, I actually want to win this round, I would throw on the Outbreak Perfected, and immediately I started doing better. So, if it makes me do good, then you know it's a good game. And that was before I had the catalyst. So, you
I've
best
read
believe
some of Ikora's notes on the darkness and the light, Guardian. She thinks the darkness is closely linked with memory. You accessed this place with the darkness power. What exactly have we tapped into here?
So you best believe I'm going to bring this into Howdy. And Gambit, for that matter. Because if I want all of Stasis, I'm going to need to do Gambit. Oh, that was a tablet. Hold on. I forgot to set this thing to vibrate. Oh, it doesn't have vibrate, only sound and mute. Oh, and one of my favorite Persona YouTubers has uploaded a video. I'm gonna have to check that out later. Also, you're gonna have to bear with me. It's been forever since I've solved this puzzle. Alright. If you do take too long, the game will give you something resembling a hint. Let me see if I saw this right. Okay, yeah, I did see it wrong. I thought it had said something else. That's annoying. Yes, trust me, I know that part. My memory is the issue. Yeah, see? Aren't all those the same? So, I'm going to say we don't touch that one. Those are the same. This one isn't. But let me double check. Yeah, those are the same. But yeah, that was wrong. I was gonna be mad. Should have just fired another rocket, but I didn't expect them to stay that still. Or rather, to take that long to move, I should say. I have to remember to look at what that is. I don't recall ever touching that before. That's also why I tell you to always jump. I wasn't going to shoot anyway, but if I had, would have blown myself up. Because these freaking idiots think it's a good idea to walk right in front of you when you have a rocket launcher out. With me, make my job easier. Well, that should corral all of them into the back, and then we will just massacre them once they're in position. Sound good? Good. So one of them might be stuck though. Where the heck are you? Whatever. Hit those things. They're nowhere near as annoying as the wizards, but my god, are they trying to be. Hey, check that out. I have to remember to drop that little guy off. Yep, cutscene time.
I saw the end before it happened. My own death, brought on by the separation from my power. And in these final moments, I looked to the sky. Hello, old friend. I've chased you for a long time. First as an enemy, then as a collector, and finally, now, a supplicant. What is it the Guardians say? Devotion inspires bravery. Bravery inspires sacrifice. and sacrifice. Here we are. Wouldn't it be clever of you if after everything, you simply let me die? What a trick. Elegant. Is that it? If there is an answer, I don't hear it. Because now the world begins to fade.
Want you all to take notice of something very important about that scene, specifically the ghost itself. The fact that it, I don't know, looked hivified already.
Incredible that I could forget something like that, isn't it? Such a storied life, erased. The light offers us a fresh start, but if we don't know where we came from, how will we know where to go? I'm so grateful to you for reminding me, for telling my story.
Wait. What is she talking about?
She remembers. We helped her remember.
Thanks for the memories, Guardian.
We have to leave.
Now that we've officially gotten there, I can say it again. I was not surprised all that much, if any, that the light chose to...
I knew Ethonra had nothing to do with Savathun having the light. But the truth is so much worse. I don't understand how the Traveler could choose her the same way it chose you. We need to talk to Zavala.
Well, he makes a good point. It's not as bad as it looks, like she stole the secrets of the light and I think she basically already had it. But, yeah, I was saying I wasn't really all that surprised because I believe in Destiny 1, on a Grimoire card, if not somewhere early in Destiny 2, it mentions how there was this whale-like creature that was associated with the Traveler, a Leviathan or something, that tried to stop Savathun and her sisters from going down and being tricked by the darkness, but they didn't listen. So they tried to reach out to her before the Hive became the Hive. So it's not that surprising to me. What is kind of surprising, though, is that it would choose to make her essentially into a Guardian. That's a little bit more surprising. She was already chosen. There's no telling what blessing the Traveler would have given her originally. But the fact that it essentially made her into a Guardian, I think, is kind of curious. Because as I mentioned before, we've only known two that I can think of at least that have been blessed by the Traveler, and that is the Fallen and the Humanity. You can't really count the Hive because Savathun kind of manipulated it to be that way. I guess you could if you want, but I don't. It chose Savathun specifically, not her entire Hive, like it did for Humanity, where it chose select people as opposed to just one person. But anyway, the Fallen, they got their ether technology. Humanity got immortality in addition to technology.
Good luck, good luck, good luck.
And that was pretty much just copy and pasted onto Savathun. Except they're more magic oriented, of course. I can't wait for us to talk about the Witness, though. That's going to be a fun conversation. I already told you my thoughts on it. But you just wait till we get there. Where does this thing want me to go? That is the Bazaar. Bazaar's... Alright, whatever. Ah. There is one, like, underneath area that I know. Oh, I know where it is. I know exactly where it is. I'm thinking, I know there's one. I wasn't even thinking about this one. It was a different one. But there is one, another underneath area that seems to have nothing there. It's literally just for show. So I was thinking that might have been it, but nah. Thankfully, I remembered when I came over here. We got talking Zavala's office.
So, you're saying Savathun was dead? Our most devious adversary, the one who nearly decimated the last city from within, was dead. And the Traveler resurrected her?
I wouldn't have believed it either, but...
But why would she need us to recover her memories if she never lost them in the first place?
This has to be another trick. A lie to fool us into surrendering the Traveler without a fight.
This has been the Traveler's approach from the beginning. The Books of Sorrow detail many civilizations it blessed with the light, then abandoned.
High propaganda.
The Fallen tell the same story. When the Witness and its Black Fleet came to call, the Traveler moved on to our system.
Or it sacrificed itself to save humanity from the same forces. Forces which included the Hive! After all that, why would the Traveler give our worst enemy the light?
It doesn't matter. I don't know why the Traveler gave Savathun the light. Maybe it has changed its mind about Guardians. Maybe it's not as infallible as we once believed. I don't know, and it doesn't matter. Because I'm here to protect humanity. And if Savathun takes the Traveler, we lose our light, along with any hope for surviving the Witness's return. So, whatever it takes to stop this heist, we will do.
All right. How do we stop this?
I'm not sure yet, but I know where to find out.
Yeah, so, as I said before, I'm glad Ikora got her little moment there, but I highly disagree with what she said, that it does not matter. It does matter. It matters a lot. You can make the argument that it doesn't matter right now, sure, because we got to stop that hive ritual, but to say that it does not matter as an absolute, like it does not matter now, it will never matter, that is wrong. It does matter, because the sooner we know about it, the sooner we can do something about it. Of all things Ikora knows, she knows knowledge is power. It would be very good to know why the Traveler did that.
Hive legend tells us Savathun was born on a far-off planet, where she would have lived an uneventful life if it weren't for her worm familiar. The object you retrieved from the underbelly of the throne world. What if it's not a statue? What if it's the worm familiar itself, calcified from age?
Knew that too.
That would explain why you couldn't unlock it with the others. That also means it contains a memory that Savathun herself doesn't know. What that is, we're going to find out. With the one tool we have capable of slicing deep into the past. It'll be risky, using the relic this way. Which is why I'll be taking this on myself. Eris will help me prepare. Meet us on Mars when you're ready. This is how we stop Savathun, Guardian. I know it.
I find it interesting that all we're going to get is the other two subclasses, yet it has all this room. Kind of makes you wonder. Or hopeful, but this is Destiny we're talking about.
How much is that?
Got it.
Oh, and don't worry, I do plan to do my Final Fantasy stream as well. Most likely not today, and I'm not going to say tomorrow, because if I say tomorrow, something's going to happen. But I promise I will get back on it. Because I've been meaning to do the events, but I've just not been feeling good, like I said. If it's any consolation, I didn't even do them myself. Not even so much as didn't stream them, I didn't even do them off stream. So that's how bad it was.
These frail siblings will soon be claimed by the light. Unless we claim them first, we will tell the most cunning sibling of a cataclysm. A prophecy of great loss. We will feed her fear and pride. We will say, young Ethonra, the end is coming. A great cataclysm. A gone wave. In the sky, there is only death. But salvation lies in the deep. Lead your sisters down. Your coming will spare their short lives. And you will be reborn. The Witch Queen. Savathun.
They were tricked. The Hive were lied to.
Gotta say, that's one of the better scenes in The Witch Queen. I like it a lot.
So, the Hive God of Lies was lied to. This changes everything. Well, not everything. We still can't let Savathun seal the Traveler away. The ritual's already begun. We need to move fast. Savathun may be one of the Travelers chosen by rights, but she's still leaning on tricks she learned from the Witness. Take the familiar to Savathun's fortress. I'll follow as soon as I'm recovered. Wait until you're in the heart of the ritual, then unleash the memory. That should be enough to destabilize things, and break her hold on the Traveler. Remember, Guardian, Savathun's strategy rests on knowing more than anyone else, on her ability to twist lies and cast confusion. But now, we can turn the tables on her.
And if I'm not mistaken, this is the last mission of the campaign, so it took like, what, 3 months, but we're finally here?
There is always a path. Cost.
No, I've been missing out on the wellspring. Let's see.
You have questions?
Alright, so, like I said, might take me a minute to get through this. You saw how wonderful I did on that puzzle. But I promise I'll get through it. Even if I have to brute force my way through it, I'll get through it.
The Traveler! Ikora, the Traveler is already here. I think we're too late.
We are in the domain of the God of Cunning. Things are never what they seem.
Remember that.
It's not too late. I can feel it.
Wonder where Finch is. Easy up a little bit. Travelers can be out here fighting forever.
Now that the Traveler sees what Savathun is doing, why won't it take the light away from her? Why is it just letting this happen?
I don't know why. We may never know. But we know what we need to do to protect the last city. Stop the ritual. Protect our connection to the light. Humanity needs you. Both of you. Scorn are flocking to the fortress because of the ritual. The Hive are summoning heavy reinforcements from the portal.
That would block our route into the fortress.
Hold off the Hive and the Scorn as long as you can, and leave the portal to me. I'm on my way.
Isn't that kind of convenient? The Traveler's doing something highly controversial, and when he goes ask a legitimate question, Ikora Rey basically says, we may never know. Now, if that's not a Star Wars The Force Awakens, that is a story for another time kind of answer, then I don't know what is. I'm hoping they give us a reason, but at the exact same time, it's kind of like, oh, we're just make this thing hyper dramatic just because we can. Don't worry about the whys and the hows and the why not and the what not. We just can. That's that. Pretty solid.
Hold your fire, Guardian. I've got this. Go on. I'll draw fire here. All that matters right now is the Traveler. Whatever you hear, whatever you see, don't let it distract you from stopping the ritual.
Oh yeah, I'm glad I didn't run right in. I wanted you all to see that. Small wonder Ikora Rey is like the best Crucible player that's ever existed. Not only can she activate her, super at will, but she can also change between classes at will and still have full super energy.
The Scorn are arriving by the hundreds. The ritual must be growing stronger. Remember the plan, Guardian. Stop the ritual by whatever means necessary. Without the light, the last city is defenseless.
This is a pretty fun area for the, I forgot what it's called. It's basically Savathun's equivalent of the Court of Oryx. Pretty fun area. Oh, there's Caesar putting in work. Oh, hey, Tenchi. Sorry about that. I appreciate the sub.
The
I'm not used
ritual
to
is
people
happening at
showing
the
up,
top of
so...
the fortress. We need to find a way up.
Yeah, I'm not used to people showing up, so sorry I missed that. So anyway, yeah, this is the area I was telling everyone about. It took me a while to figure this room out. So, buckle in. It's going to take a while. It's the area I told you if you get the puzzle wrong, Sabathun will actually laugh at you. So there's that. Believe it or not, that went much faster than my first time. First time I wasn't even aware of the little gateways. And like I said, it was solo legendary, so I was constantly under fire. Didn't have the radar, had to watch my back at all times. I didn't die though. I didn't die. I guess it would also help that I could, you know, turn invisible when everything got too hairy. Seriously, whoever thought the moths were a good idea? They're only really useful for this. And that. Doesn't feel so good, does it? Alright, we're gonna go do the other side. Didn't mean to throw that, but enjoy it. That one was on purpose. of this. Surprised I was even able to shoot that. Really? After I jumped down? Oh well, I think I'm... Okay, well. As far as that, then no, I am not down. I did not do that in the last one. That's something else that took me a while to do when I was going Legendary, because it doesn't mark that stuff. I'm surprised it marked it then. Well, let me think. Actually, no, not think. Let me check, so I know where I am. I can do this on the opposite side. Whatever. Alright, so I remember what I have to do now, but the downside is I don't remember what the gateway was for the side that I'm on. So let me double check. I think I remember one of them, but I definitely don't remember both. That's good. I'll stop wasting time. We'll just do it kind of the hard way. This is the one I was looking for, but I was on the wrong side. This one I do remember. So now I just gotta find the crystal on this side, break it, and then go through the door. Which I think is gonna be over here. Yep. Let's see. Not that one. One of the ways that I use to help remember where they are is I find them alphabetical letters, and it kind of works. Like the one I'm trying to look for now, I would say it is EXE. And I didn't see it on that side, so let's check over here. Nope, not over here. I'm just amazed they put one that far back. Actually, I think that's it right there. Yep, sure was. But you see what I mean? I had to go through all that just to find that one door. And Ghost was almost no help whatsoever. But yeah, invisibility definitely helped my first time through here. So I didn't have to deal with that fidget. Alright, this one would be XDE, or XDE. Never one of the close and obvious ones, is it? Oh, well, maybe that's what she's saying. You gotta love that timing. Right as I get this, then it pops its light ability. Alright, whatever. That was satisfying. I think, hold on, let me check something. Nope, won't let me. I think when this chest opened up, somehow the material came to the bottom. So there's nothing in here, but I did get stuff out there. That or they're in my post box now. Either way.
You're back. What a surprise. Only joking. This throne world is indistinguishable from my own mind, Guardian. Every step taken, every bullet fired, every thought whispered. I keep and count them all. Remember that.
Then, by that very logic, she knows Finch has been helping us. So, what does that mean for Finch? Just something to think about. If it even amounts to anything. This area, again, I didn't die here, but it was a little problematic because of all the enemies, the constant boomer fire. That's going to be a running staple when you do this on Legendary. Because you are constantly under fire by boomers. And I know that sentence sounds kind of funny, because yeah, ha boomer. But I mean, these boomers, right there. It's not quite as funny when you're getting shot by like 15 of them all at once, and there's no cover. You see all the half moss, so you know, because they give overshields in addition to the modifiers legendary give. These are pretty tanky hives. Oh, and make sure you actually jump for this beam. Don't. I accidentally fell off. In the little sub mission I told you about, you actually can jump down there, kind of, but you don't need to do that for this. Thankfully it caught me. I was actually drifting down a little bit faster than I liked. Okay. I didn't do that, by the way. It kind of just dropped me, then I bounced right back up. Also, I'm not sure this thing will kill you if you stand in its way. I imagine it will, so try not to be. First time I did this, I got through just fine, but...
I'm so glad you're here to see this.
Here we go. So this part of the fight, I didn't die again, but I will admit that it came close when she started summoning her light warrior. Not to mention she herself hits really hard. Like when she does something like that with Overbind, it just negates the entire area, so you gotta move. And then that arc stream she shoots out, that's also pretty dangerous, but only if you can't find any cover. That's aside from that, the only thing you really need to worry about is the Nova Bomb and the Light Wings that are still there. So what I would do is I would keep moving at all times, because you're never really safe, not on Legendary at least. Oh, and again, remember, Legendary there is no radar, so you would have no idea where Savathun is unless you're keeping track of it. I guess the Light Wings only come out on Legendary because he has not summoned them yet. Unless here they come right now. Ah, here we go. I will... Let's see, which one to kill first? I would either recommend the Titan one or the Hunter one. The Titan one because it has suppressor grenades, and that will absolutely screw you over. Because I don't think you get a warning for them like that. There was no warning. That was from the Hunter one though. Hard to say. The Hunter one is definitely more aggressive, but getting hit by a suppressor grenade at the wrong time will cost you the fight. So I'd probably recommend the Hunter one. Simply because as bad as the suppressor grenade is, even if you get hit by one, because it's happened to me before, like I'm in here in cover and I get hit by a suppressor grenade, I'll just double down and defend my position until the effect wears off. While the Hunter one, hit his grenade, and because they're the speaker grenades, they kind of create a field you can't go through, otherwise they'll pursue you. And sometimes you can keep them down, but sometimes you can't. It's very inconsistent. I'm not sure what the do's and don'ts of its grenades are.
There's her ghost.
Yep, and we cannot get to it because we are threadbound. Remember how I told you months ago to remember that debuff name? Well, in case you forgot, it's prudent yet again.
Fight, run, fight, run. The pattern is always the same for you. Don't you ever get tired of it? Don't you want to escape? Little ghost, you were asked to accept the darkness. Asked to turn against your cousins. Asked to defy the will of the Traveler. My ghosts make no concessions. We serve the Traveler's true interests.
No concessions? How stupid do you think I am? You and your siblings. You killed my friends! I remember Crota and the Great Disaster. I remember Oryx and the Taken. I'll never forget what happened to Sagira, to Osiris. I would die before I ever chose to help the Hive.
That right there. I've been said I love Ghost's new character, like way back in Beyond Light. But that right there solidifies his character for me, and why the Hive Ghosts get no sympathy for me whatsoever. Because I told you, it would have made much more sense if they were brainwashed, if they were possessed, like Osiris was, then it's like, fine, fine. But they chose to do it. And Ghost right here, someone who's been known as being like vanilla and a coward, even in game, straight up says, I would rather die than help you. How can you not respect that? So yeah, this is where Savathun and I are going to have our final showdown. And I will admit, I did die here at least once, maybe twice. I don't remember what the other time was, but I know for sure once was because Savathun has this shield that is specifically around her, and it moves when she moves. So if you have a rocket launcher and you shoot it inside her field, but she says, hey, I want to back off, the shield will be in front of you when your rocket goes off and it'll blow up in your face. That's what happened to me. So, yeah, fun time. Curious to see how much easier this fight is going to be now that it's not legendary. I'm telling you, legendary was insane. As you could probably well imagine, you know, being legendary and all. For one, she doesn't have that shield, but I don't know if that's just because she hasn't summoned it yet, or if that's because that's a legendary only kind of thing. But on legendary, there's like 3. Actually, yeah, she probably just hasn't summoned it yet, because there's no wizards out right now. There's no ads out right now, so yeah, she probably just hasn't summoned it yet. But I guess we will find out, won't we?
She's too powerful. What do we do?
Yeah, she takes like no damage.
We have to reactivate that portal to access the memory altar. Showing her the truth won't stop her, but we need to try.
I think this might be different. I could have swore these things were wizards last time. Now they're actually shades of Savathun, or projections rather. Oh yeah, that reminds me, there was another trick that I had, but I can't remember it now. I think it was something like, instead of dropping all 3 off, only drop off 2. If you drop off 3, that causes something to happen. I think it resets her attack animations or something, like she'll start attacking you. Basically, it will reset the cycle. I think that's the word I'm trying to say here. So, to keep the cycle going, only drop off 2 instead of 3. I don't know. I don't remember. Not that it matters too much for anyone right now.
The portal's open.
Oh, I remember now. I did die here.
This is a spell. Savathun is spinning a web around the Traveler. We have to free it. The tethers are coming from those towers. Find a way to reach them.
Keep in mind that Ikora said it was a trick. This does not look like a trick to me, so keep that in mind for anything. Even though the campaign is going to want you to use arts and void a lot, you're going to want solar.
What do you think you're going to do? You can't stop this. I know it goes against your nature, but you can still lose gracefully.
It's also much harder to get up to these things, whether like climbing than legendary, so you could fall to your death. That's not what killed me though. What killed me was Savathun spawned projections in here. And there's like 3 of them. And I couldn't get them all down before they got me. I don't think dying there restarted the fight though.
Show her the memory, Guardian.
Yeah, this is much smoother. Again, I know it's like a no-death statement, but still, you guys just don't know. Or maybe you do know by now.
These frail siblings will soon be claimed by the light.
And yes, you have to watch the whole thing again.
Unless we claim them first.
What is this? How did you?
We will tell the most cunning sibling of the Cataclysm. A prophecy of great loss.
No. No, that's not what happened. The Traveler never came to us. We were forced to choose the deep. How could I have missed this? So now you want to play games? Then let's play.
Alright, bring it on. So now we gotta do with the full Wrath of Savathun. Oh yeah, so my strategy for hard mode, legendary mode was basically to stay up in here, in the upper areas. Like I would clean out this area right here and kind of just camp out here because Savathun couldn't really reach me. Let me go and take care of that. I knew they'd show up eventually. Notice how they didn't show up till right before I got ready to upgrade my armor, despite all that time they had. Again, still not knowing that's the wizards, but by God are they trying to be. Yeah, see, this does nothing. Not right now, at least. You would think so, but no, it's just a sucker way to get you to kill yourself. I'm not gonna shoot, because if I did, I would have shot into that tower.
The spell's almost broken.
Oh, I think on the towers that you actually can shoot the enemies out here. Okay, never mind. You do still have to climb the tower then. I don't remember that part being that easy. Like I said, all I can remember is just climbing the tower. But yeah, you can see down there. Can't take too long though. I need to get up here.
So you're the expert. The expert on me, on the hive, on trickery. Is that what you really think?
Usually I go with the healing roll, but I'm using the Outbreak Perfected. The Empowering Rift just feels more appropriate, you know? Now look at that damage. I was hoping that would happen. That was actually cool. I don't talk highly of myself too often, but I gotta give myself credit for that one. That was actually cool. At first I thought maybe I missed, but I was hoping I'd actually beat the rocket there. Even. And sure enough, I did. Of course, I'm gonna try to save one for the real Savathun. So I think you only have to do this part once. Technically twice if you count the first half. And again, I could be wrong. It's been a while. And it was on Legendary. Oh yeah, we're not finished showing it.
We will feed her fear, her pride.
Go on then. You know so much. Tell me who I am.
Gonna throw that out there. Hope I get lucky. Do that. Oh, I forgot something. Got a couple of something. Okay, now she has a force field up, so this is the final phase.
Wizards must be empowering her.
There's the wizard. Another reason why you want to bring a solar weapon, especially when you're doing it on Legendary. I will attempt to Nova Bomb her when I get the chance, and hopefully not blow myself up with a rocket. And again, she's going to be floating around with her shield. It's going to be all too easy to blow yourself up if you're standing too close to the edge. So if you're going to go in there, you really need to go in there. Oh, I think I remember what it is now. I think if you get ×3 sword cutter, which is again why I want you to remember the name of that debuff, so I think that's again kind of cool. Yeah, once you get all three, it gives you have a time limit, as opposed to just ×2, which stands on indefinitely. ×3 is stronger, but you only have a limited amount of time to use it. So that's another reason why I recommend staying at 2. Not yet, we still got a few more precious seconds. I don't miss. Yeah, time to go. I'm only gonna go times 3 again, just because I'm doing this on casual, and she's already so close to death, so I'm just gonna push the envelope. But again, on legendary, I'd recommend just staying at 2, and to do a slow and steady mentality. That's usually what I do anyway, with any game I play, like Final Fantasy 14 is a great example of that. We're just roughing that down so the void souls will follow us. Yeah, I know. And the void soul got it. But that or the rocket, I feel like it could have been either one. Fun thing about this is, depending on the weapon you have out, that's what your primary weapon. That's what you're gonna point at Savathun. When I did it with my hunter, I believe it was either Ace of Spades or Hawk Moon. Unfortunately, I don't remember which.
Isn't this interesting? I miscalculated. So did you, Guardian. So protective of your traveler that you wouldn't let me keep it safe. But the witness is coming. The game is yours to play now. Yours to win or lose. Just don't say I didn't warn you.
No. Where did her ghost go?
Guardian, I just got the message. The Traveler is back in the last city. Is it done? Is Savathun...
She's dead. But her ghost got away.
Good enough. Hold your position. The Hidden are coming to secure the remains. Good work, Guardian. You did the right thing.
Now what?
Now, we prepare for the witness and stop the next collapse.
Savathun said something quite interesting. She says a lot of interesting things, to be fair. But she said, you are so protective of your traveler that you would not even allow me to keep it safe. Implying that if she had succeeded, well, hold on, we're about to see one of my biggest ha-ha gripes, which is this.
We have seen enough. The children of soul cry out for salvation. You promise them life, but deliver only death, as you have for so many before. Enough. Enough death. Enough life. You have no pieces left to place. The game is over. Do not be afraid. Your pale heart holds the key. This time, there is no escape.
Oh, I hate that so much. They took something so damn cool and then immediately made it lame. The entire thing about the witness is the unknown. There is no greater fear than the unknown. Something you don't understand, something you can't comprehend. And then they go and humanize it by giving it a face. They should have either left it faceless, like it was wearing a visor or some kind of mask, a blank mask, as a matter of fact, just nothing. A lot like, funnily enough, some of the... Okay, you know the hunters... Hell, I'll do this. Let me give you an example of some of the faces they could have gave the witness. That would have made it better. Right here. This would have been a perfect face. It would have had a face. It would have been a furnace. And what made it even better, you saw all those faces coming out of it like a smokestack. Wouldn't it also make sense they were coming out of the face of the mask? This would have been perfectly fine. The Warlocks also have like the Obsidian Mind, I believe is the name of that helmet. That one also would have worked. Or they could have just had the face be the smokestack, where the face was constantly changing. Even that would have worked. But they made it look like one of those aliens that worked for the Republic in Star Wars that created the clones. The really tall aliens with the long necks. That's what that thing looks like. It just doesn't do it for me, man. Like all that hype and that, oh, this is gonna be good, and then it's just gone. Just gone. But while I'm here, let me finish what I was doing before those annoying thrall interrupted me. I didn't have enough resilience to just ignore them. Otherwise, I would have. There we go.
A little closer, Guardian.
I think I'm close enough, Ikora.
The weakness is the center of the shield. Perhaps in the center of their mind. Guardian, you've no doubt heard the stories. Where evil is vanquished and the sky opens, shining peace down on humanity. Savathun is dead. And yet again, I've seen no such signs. Instead, Imaru lives, plotting his return while the Scorn and the Hive struggle for supremacy over the throne world. And somewhere among the stars, this witness toys with us, preparing to finish what it started long ago. I keep reminding myself that somehow we evaded extinction once before. I have to believe we can do it again. Even Mara Sav, Queen of the Awoken, believes that. Which is why she's here, requesting you. Reluctant as I may be to pair you with one so unpredictable, we need the support now more than ever. Go, aid the Queen. She may prove to be our most valuable ally yet in the war to come.
Makes me wonder. I've heard some things. But I guess ultimately we will see. Apparently I don't have enough space. Oh, that's why. I don't think I can do the mission without accepting that, can I? Yeah, so I have to accept it.
Do you have knowledge to share? The weakness is the... Guardian, you've no doubt heard the stories. Where evil is vanquished and the sky opens, shining...
Yep.
We stand behind you.
Technically I've already accepted that mission, but I'll check down here just to be sure. So yeah, Imaru. Remember how I told you I don't really care for his character? Because he seems like one that's designed to be not likable, which is ordinarily fine, but he doesn't sound like a ghost either. Which is why I didn't think he was one until they pretty much, you know, said it and showed it. Checker pieces. What else? Well, kind of. Checker pieces are usually red and black. Not white and black, but whatever. So yeah, notice how he had nothing to say at the end there, like we killed Savathun. You could make the argument that he's in shock or whatever, but even then, there's dialogue to reflect being shocked. You know, like, huh? What? Impossible. Nani? You know, there's always something. So I find it funny he had nothing to say. The dude who never shuts up about how great it is to be Savathun's ghost. Which, by the way, looks like a hive ghost before Savathun even really started doing that. So that's interesting. And then there's the Witness. I love how it says that it has over 1,000 names, but out of all those 1,000, it chooses the most generic, the Witness. Savathun, Alakul, Oryx, basically Zebu Arath. Basically any hive name is more original and ominous sounding than the Witness. I can make assumptions on the Witness to what. I'm guessing the Witness to the final shape. But, yeah, there's that. There's something else. Oh, I also don't like the fact that the darkness wasn't the enemy all along, because it feels like what they're doing, it feels like they're, because in Destiny 1, you have to understand, we didn't even know what the darkness was. A lot of people complain about that. They're like, oh, you know, the darkness is the enemy, but there's like no signs of it. I wasn't on that boat because there was the Black Heart, the Hive as a whole. So no, they were definitely there. But people wanted, quote-unquote, funnily enough, and they finally got it, a face to the darkness. I didn't. When Season of Arrivals happened, when the pyramids showed up, that was good enough for me. But the reason I don't like it is because it's like they're saying, okay, first is the darkness. But it's actually not the darkness. It's the Witness. But it's actually not the Witness. It's Bungie. But it's actually not Bungie. It's Activision.
Good times,
you see what I'm saying? It feels like it's doing that. And I don't like it. My, look at all the
Very interesting.
So this is something I hate, but this is a good example to talk about. I don't know if I've mentioned in the past. I hate how they allow you to dye, see what the dye looks like on your exotics like this, but you can't actually dye them. So you can't make them even more unique to your character. I despise that. But it is what it is. I'm the only one that cares. I'm nobody, so nothing's going to come of it.
Oh, that'll be fun.
That Finch is done, so that's neat.
Hey, so, wow, you're still alive. Impressive.
I don't know if I want to get rid of this one yet, because auto-loading holster can be very useful. But so is ambitious assassin, as I've clearly demonstrated. So I'll probably store it for now. I don't think I'll get rid of it. Overflow and headstone. I don't care. That might be a good roll, but it's not for me. Oh, right. One more thing I wanted to check before I ended this, just to be sure. If anything interesting happens. I'll do this real quick because I don't remember if I mentioned this as a trick. Pretty sure I did, but I'll do it anyway. Have this ghost on with blinding light, which is the highest EXP boost you can give it. It's around here somewhere. There it is. 12%. That's as high as it can go. I'm going to do that event. So with that on, just do this.
Hi, Cora. I'm picking up some familiar darkness readings. The same sort of energy the pyramids give off.
My Hidden have reported Scorn smuggling pyramid tech into the throne world, likely on behalf of this Witness. Stay cautious, but see what you can learn.
We're on it.
I know I got a new moth, but I can't find where to place it. Is it? Oh. Strange. Well, anyway, I'm gonna go and help out with that event while I still can. So, thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you around. But before I do that, let me show you this, what I meant to do to Savathun, but I pressed the wrong emote. Yeah. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Ken. I think you've long since left. Probably unsubscribed too, not that I blame you. But all the same, glad you at least came to see what was up. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you around.